Jay. Adam. It's Preview. Hey, welcome to Previewed with Adam and Jay.
I'm Adam.
I'm Jay.
Today we're going to react, review, riff, and at the end we're going to recommend The Mandalorian on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we both got Disney Plus recently.
Yes, we sure did.
And we watched The Mandalorian
Merry Christmas.
over the Christmas break. And oh boy, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Because like,
Well, I don't know if you were surprised.
I was
Only
surprised.
because I got halfway through the first episode and just picked up my phone and I was just like, Lashy, The Mandalorian, it's everything. I was like, all of our issues with Star Wars. This is a beautiful salve.
yeah, now granted, I got it after everyone blew up about Baby Yoda. I was aware Baby Yoda was a thing. But I now having seen Baby Yoda in motion, the character evolve, how it came to be, like, oh yeah, this show is Baby Yoda and The Mandalorian. This thing is amazing.
Yeah.
It is everything Star Wars needed.
Yeah.
It just like, hey, remember Yoda? I do. Okay, so new character, same race, but like in a different version of what's going
Yeah.
on. Oh, a
Also,
different
it's
version.
adorable.
It's so...
You
even
just
with his
wanna
tiny-
hug it.
Tiny little teethers.
You just want to hug it so much. The one thing I truly and honestly loved about The Mandalorian, and honestly the only point that I have about it
Okay.
is the strength of the Star Wars universe in that if you can tell a simple, compelling story and just put Star Wars on it and it works. It hums. It runs. Like, if anything, and sometimes I think Star Wars gets a little too up its own fiction and up its own world building, that it's just like, one of the episodes has Jawas stealing all the parts to his ship, and he's just gotta go get that back from the Jawas.
Yeah.
That's the whole episode.
And he's not good at it.
And it's great.
I was expecting him to just roll in there and pretty much blow up that whole crawler, and he got spanked
Murked.
off the roof. Like, oh crap, okay, this guy isn't all that. I mean, he's good, but he's not that good, apparently.
It was also very fun watching him use a sniper disintegration rifle to a bunch of Jawas. In that, I was like, when that whole sequence started, I was like, are we just gonna watch him murk a bunch of Jawas? Because I'm glad that it was like a thing and it was like, you know, an adventure, but also I would have been completely fine with him just murdering a bunch of Jawas.
Yeah, just like there, cloak, like one with the Force, one with the Force, one with the Force.
Yeah.
It was.
One with the Force.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This is the problem that I've been having with Star Wars of late, and it came back years ago before the sequel trilogy even came out. Back when, I don't know if anyone who read the EU or read any of the comic books, when Star Wars Legacy, that line came out in the comic books. It said it was like 100 years after Return of the Jedi, after Luke and Ben Skywalker, his son, everyone, those guys have all gone away. It's like Cade Skywalker was the main character.
Oh, yeah.
It just seemed like...
Is that the Star Killer stuff?
No, that is Force Unleashed.
Or Sun Crusher?
That was Kip Duran.
That's right.
In the air, that was the Jedi Academy trilogy.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
It was really good.
Those
and,
ships were all, sorry, not related.
But it seemed like they're like, okay, Star Wars Legacy or whatever, so 100 years after Return of the Jedi, and it's just now, the Galactic Alliance is now getting taken out by the remains of some Sith thing that was the Empire. Like, oh god, it's just the same story all over again. And then the sequel trilogy comes out, and I was like, oh god, it's the same story all over again. And even back with the Old Republic, it's like, oh no, it's just the same story of an evil galactic government
Force.
body coming
That's evil for reasons.
and then taking out,
Watch
to take
the
out
original Star Wars.
the good government.
Why is the Empire bad?
It's like, oh, why is everything the same thing with Star Wars? And then The Mandalorian happens, where it's just like, small, contained little story off to the side.
Slice of life Star Wars.
So much better
know?
than a giant Star War.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm done with Star Wars.
I would like a Star Adventure.
I would love a Star Adventure.
I'd love a Star Western, which is basically what we got with The Mandalorian.
And the best thing is, the dialogue for the first half of the season was very minimal, and it totally worked out.
Yeah.
That was great. The fact that he was able to emote, and I didn't remember, I didn't know who the actor was.
It's the guy from Dorne.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally forgot it was him, or I didn't even know. And he takes his helmet off, or he allows his helmet to be taken off. In episode 8, and I was like, "Oh, it's you!"
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome!
Yeah. There are ways to, like, I guess, like, the most recent Star Wars movie is getting so much flack for just being just total fan service. But I think Mandalorian does fan service in a way that, like, the Avengers movies, I think, pull off. In that, like, it's a rad thing, but it's also completely, like, justified and not just membo. Like, like in the last episode, when you just see, I was like, I mean, granted, like, I was a little in my cups when I was watching it, but I was texting Adam. I was like, oh, no big deal. Just watching an IG assassin droid riding a speeder bike with a little Baby Yoda on his lap, just murking a bunch of dudes. I was like, this is everything I wanted it to be and so much more.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, the IG droid is Taika Waititi. Don't worry about it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it makes what happened to him at the end even sadder.
Oh yeah, man.
I didn't know that. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Those IG droids, man. Well, the thing was, that was when you read the extended fiction about IG-88, that like he was like, those robots are terrifying. Like they just kill. Like it's hard to make that connection with the robot you see in the movie because he's just like,
yeah, he just stays in place and moves real quick.
I'm like, that robot don't kill nothing. No. I was like, cool guys. I was like, good. It's the best chapter of that book, but it's a little bit of a stretch. And then you see that and you're like, oh,
yeah, his arms are coming from different. Oh, it's so. That's the thing. This show earns everything. It earned everything. And I'll be honest, my favorite character, besides Baby Yoda, because obviously number one, Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Besides Baby Yoda, my favorite character is Gina Carino.
Oh, yeah.
She is fantastic. Now,
She's awesome.
Some people are like, oh, she's not that great of an actor. She's an MMA fighter, or used to be.
No, I thought she's
I was
great.
like, no, this is
how you pick a role
exactly.
when you do that stuff.
She is amazing. This is right up her alley. She is a badass. She is Alderanian and a shock trooper for the Republic.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see
They're like,
her.
you might want to, the world building they did in small, subtle ways.
Yes.
They're like, oh, you might want to hide your tattoo. I was like, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just like, and when at the end, the last episode, it's like, we're wrapping up. We got 5 minutes left. We just beat the bad guy. We thought, okay, great. And she's like, I'm going to stay here with Carl Weathers. No. What? No.
They'll get her back.
I know, but like, it's like, you're a clan of 2. It's like, no, you're a clan of 3. Get on that ship. You gotta stay with him. You
guys are
awesome.
buddies now.
You are buddies. I really, really liked her. And she's the fact that she's got the cool Gatling gun. Come on.
I will say,
she was awesome.
The one thing that wasn't as rad as I thought it was gonna be when I first introduced it.
Okay.
All the other Mandalorians just felt kind of corny to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. I liked that there was the blacksmith there, and she was the one that was like upholding like the traditions and the core, and I liked all that. But then like all these other Mandalorians come out of nowhere, and they didn't fully explain like why he was the one that got to go up and why they were all in hiding. They didn't. I don't think they fully fleshed that out well enough.
Okay.
And when they come out and like murk everybody, I was like, okay, this just feels like Deus Ex a little bit. Like it feels a little too convenient. It was amazing. Yeah. It was amazing, but it just kind of felt a little. I was like, but they're in the sewers. But then why are they there? But then they already know they're there, so they're not really hiding. What's happening? It felt a little weird to me.
I guess maybe they could do a little bit better of explaining there was the Day of Tears, the Night of Tears that guy
I don't know. They didn't really
mentioned.
But season 2, you know?
And the end of season 1, where the guy cuts himself out of that TIE fighter with the darksaber.
I didn't know what that was. I thought it was a vibroblade. I didn't make the connection with that.
Yeah, that's
rad.
Awesome.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Jay didn't watch Clone Wars or Rebels. I didn't watch Rebels either, so I don't know that where the darksaber went
that
through
was when
Rebels.
I was in my I hate Star Wars phase. And I'm getting myself back.
Yes. That was...
And The Mandalorian is a great step
That's
towards
the way
that.
you do that. Like, oh, and he just has that thing that everyone saw back in the cartoon. Or if you don't know, it's okay. He's like, oh, that guy's got a black lightsaber? That's what?
You know what it was?
Cool.
It was the outline of the outside of the blade looked like it looked like it was. It just looked weird.
Well, they did actually have vibroblades in the show, which was... I think The Mandalorian had one, which it was just like they had like a vibrating effect on the blade itself. It's like, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
That's a vibro. Oh,
It's basically just a
cool.
high-tech electric turkey cutter.
Yep. That's, yeah. Just yeah.
It's just futuristic chainsaws.
Oh, okay. One last thing. Bill Burr's casting in this show was amazing.
It's so good.
That was
Bill, you nailed it.
He was. I'm really glad he and his crew didn't die, because like.
I want him to come back.
I want him to come back
So bad.
Because like, he's just playing.
That may be my favorite episode.
He was playing himself in the Star Wars universe, and he had a backpack full of guns. Like, it was just like, this is really cool. Yes, cut down all these characters, but in the universe, like that was, yeah.
So good.
Be snarky. Be that.
A lot of comics in that show.
Yes. And
Like Brian Posehn was in the first part when he's the speeder. In the first episode, he's the one that drives him out on the speeder. Out to his ship.
Oh,
And
I
he's like,
thought that guy
hey,
looked
man.
familiar.
Like, yeah, you gotta watch out for the big whatever, like the space hippos, whatever the hell they were. And you know who the guy he was? You know who he was bounty hunting? You know who that was in like the fish suit?
No.
That's Horatio Sands.
Shut up! Really?
Because like I was like, who is that? I know who that is. And then there was and you know the two stormtroopers on the speeder bikes
At episode 8?
that punched Baby Yoda.
Yes.
Jason Sudeikis, Adam Pally. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I really, really enjoyed that scene at the beginning of episode 8 with them punching Baby Yoda, trying to shoot, and realizing, wait, something's wrong with a gun. Like, I've read some reviews that people did not like that scene.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was great.
Slice of life Star Wars.
Yes, just seeing a little slice of life with the stormtroopers.
Also seeing how those guns don't shoot that great.
Because they're like, wait a second, what the heck's going on? They're shaking it like, what the heck's going on? I should be able to hit this thing. Like, it's just tiny little. It's kind of like Troops. Remember Troops back in the day?
No.
It was like 12, like the first like big fan film of Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
The cops rip off with the it was like true, like, oh yes, and then and then they get murked. It was like great.
Yeah,
it was great. The show was really good. I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah, it's some people are criticizing it for being too simple by half. And
no, I think that's its strength.
And I think that I understand that, and I can see having a hard time with that sometimes. But for me, it's just world building in such a calm way that's so needed.
It's calm, it's slow, it's deliberate.
Yeah.
It's not frantic like the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, it's not just like, hey, here's all the stuff you like. It's just like, hey, it's a well-crafted charcuterie plate.
Ooh.
You know, it's got all the cheeses in the right spots. It's like Instagram friendly. You like took some time. There's grapes there. You might not eat the grapes. They're just really there to just create an ambiance.
Yeah.
You know how Adam loves charcuterie.
I love charcuterie. Did I say it right? Charcuterie? Charcuterie? Charcuterie?
You know, I forgot to be honest. I don't know how I felt about getting back in the studio and shooting stuff, and then just listening to you have to say charcuterie.
Charcuterie?
God,
am I saying it right again?
Okay. That's just really the wind.
Am I adding something?
My wings right now. I'm just like, whoo! Yeah, baby, we got it. The magic's back. We're back, baby.
Jay, would you recommend The Mandalorian?
Hells to the yes.
Yeah.
I'll give you so many credits.
You guys gotta watch this.
To watch this.
Mm-hmm.
I loved how I got the little things and they melted down and made the armor. That was rad.
Yeah, and they got a little signet at the end. That was really. Oh, and force healing doesn't actually kill somebody. Just kind of knocks them out a little bit because that uses the force, not your life essence.
I gotta be honest with you. From what I've heard about the new Star Wars, a part of me with all the force healing stuff, it felt like this show was just trying to justify that the force can heal stuff.
Oh, everyone's known the force can be used to heal for decades now. It's been in the books and the comics and the video games.
We were all there for the extended fiction book burning. They're gone. I like to think in Disney they just bought a whole bunch of all the EU extended universe books and they brought them in and just
sucked them into a fire.
Just burned them.
Yes, force healing uses your force ability, not so much a life essence. because it's a force ability.
Yeah.
That's how
This is not Pathfinder, okay? Healing magic is not necrotic or necromantic magic.
It's
a really, really deep cut.
It's a very deep cut. How have you guys watched the show? Let us know what you think in the comments below, or hop in our Discord channel where lots of fun, cool people are talking about lots of fun, cool stuff. We'd love to have you join that conversation. The link is down below in our description box. And while you're down there, please like, subscribe, hit that bell.
Do that YouTube that you do so well. Guacamole's extra. You alien race that I had forgotten that you were in Empire Strikes Back. And I love that you are a main character in this show. The I Have Spoken guy. He was an Ugnaught.
Ugnaught.
He was an Ugnaught.
Ugnaught, is that right?
Something like that.
Oh, that's...
That they're in the Bestman?
That's why.
Yeah.
You looked familiar. That is... Boy.
That was cool.
Boy, his
When he's like, I'd earned my freedom. And
yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. And they handled his death really well. That was
so good.
That was so good and so sad.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Yeah. Season 2.
Real good.
Can't wait. So I think it's this year. I think it's this year. Comes out late this year, and Witcher comes out early next year. Because these two have been battling back and forth as best.
This is a perfect transition because now we're about to tape our Witcher. Because now I really want to talk about Witcher.
Okay, and we're going to
right tomorrow for you guys and 10 seconds for us.
Okay.
So
see you guys then.
Bye.